Good morning, everyone. This is with Stu Ellis with his report on this morning on Back Roads of Illinois podcast. We were talking about the wasde report from yesterday with Stu Ellis and the weather. Finally, we got rain in north central Illinois. Good for the farmers. Here's Stu Ellis with his report.
Hello again, everyone. This is Stu Ellis, swinging over the farm gate for you once again today with some rather fascinating findings about the relationship between farmland values and drought. These come from farm manager and farmland specialist Mike Lauer. He's over at Savoy, but works with First Mid Bank. And he says that his research was spurred by the increasing drought in Illinois as the fall farmland sale season approaches. What Mike did was use data from the National Ag Statistics Service on farmland changes from year to year and compared those to the Palmer Drought Severity Index maintained by the Illinois State climatologist. And he calculated the percentage of change of land values from year to year in those times of severe drought. And he says, except for 1931, each year following a drought, Illinois land values increased. He says disaster payments to farmers have a long history in the U.S., dating back to the 1930s, when the federal government first started providing financial assistance to farmers hit by drought, flood, and other natural disasters. But in the face of drought, these resilient crops that we're growing today can continue to grow and produce, albeit at reduced rates, rather than wilting or dying off. And this genetic improvement mitigates the impact of the drought on crop yield. He says droughts come and go, bringing with them challenging times and testing the resilience of both farmers and their crops. Yet throughout, farmland itself demonstrates a remarkable stability as an investment. And so in 1931, farmland values dropped between 15 and 20%. But other years of droughts, 1915, 1934, 36, 1964, 1954, 1988, 2005, 2012, farmland values all increased. Rather interesting data that he collected. And in a related note, the question arises, does crop insurance provide support to higher farmland values and prices? Excellent rhetorical question from Randy Deckhout, as a retired head of Farmers National. He's now with AEI, ag economist, focused over at Purdue. And Randy says, for a multitude of reasons, the use of crop insurance by farmers and landowners who receive a share of the crop has become almost universal. And as the cost to produce a grain crop has grown, more risk is assumed. And crop insurance is an important means of mitigating the potential financial loss from lower than planned yields and or revenue from the crop. Providing some level of cash to a producer when a crop loss happens is the main benefit of crop insurance, of course. And cash flow is always important for a business. If the farm business can have a certain level of guaranteed cash flow, there's obviously value. The question becomes, what value is added to the value of a business or an asset when there is a guaranteed level of cash flow or income? Or would a tenant pay more rent for a farm that has a higher guarantee than one with a lower level? He says the higher rent can be capitalized into the value of the farm. There have been past studies on that question, but conclusions were inconclusive at the time. There's a value to having a certain level of income security year in and year out. And it's part of the reason that farmland is considered a safe investment. Finally, the examples do not really account for the underlying fact that if a farm has a higher crop insurance guaranteed yield, it will naturally be more productive and profitable, which fundamentally is the most important driver of land values. Some thoughts from Randy Deckhout, who's watched land values for Farmers National for many years. That's our Farm Gate. I'm Stu Ellis.
Yeah, it is a drought year for this year. I visited with Chip N of Blue Reef Finance. The report is lower. From looking back on the planting report on June. The corn market is completely wild. It's mixed. Well, that's a good deal. Thanks to Listen for Middle Day Report, you've been listening to Back Roads of Illinois. I am Cesar Delgado. Have a great day.